You guys, I hope you are doing well. I know it's been a couple of days, but we're back and let's get to it. The far left ideologies have proven itself time and time again to be a think tank of layered contradictions. Essentially a snake that's eating its own tail. Or a better way to put it, a cancer that continues to grow in an effort to survive, completely unaware that it's killing its host in the process. Now, I am speaking of the far left to be perfectly clear. Where I may disagree with people like Bill Maher or others in this space, the true liberals tend to be a lot more rational and willing to have an honest and based conversation about topics, which can potentially lead to finding a middle ground. Where with the far leftists, there is no middle ground, and if you don't agree with me, you're either misogynistic, you're racist, you're transphobic, you're every word I can throw at you in the attempt of shutting the conversation down. Now, while in this story I can't confirm who is and who isn't a part of the far left, as we go through the video portion of this, you should be able to see which ones are and which ones are not. Now, as a quick TLDR of what we're about to watch, I'll go through this headline from the Daily Mail and then we'll hop into the video, and I will give you my thoughts as we walk through each section of the video. Fury as Women in Tech conference is overrun with men claiming to be non-binary, who cut in front of female attendees to network with employers. The Grace Hopper Summit was gatecrashed by men posing as non-binary. The event allows women to meet major tech brands such as Apple and Amazon. Female attendees react with fury at men gaming the system. Now, to say it's disingenuous to say that all these men are pretending to be non-binary is kind of messed up when you think about it. This already goes against the far left's narrative of if you identify as this, then you are that. But let's go ahead and pull up that video and see what we got going on here.
Career conference for females in tech was taken over by male attendees.
They were there just purely for the career fair.
Social media clips filmed at the Grace Hopper, the world's largest gathering of women technologists, show men standing in line to meet with recruiters.
This is a space for women in tech. This is one of those few limited resources that isn't for you, it's for us.
Now, something tells me that that woman in that little clip right there is a part of the whole you can identify as what you want to identify as. Now, I might be wrong, but it seems like she is that person.
Attendees reportedly lied about being non-binary just to get in.
So, lied about being non-binary to get into this conference. I think that's a bit of a stretch because in what way could you prove that? But let's play this portion right here and we'll get a little bit more of an idea of how they justify this.
But it's interesting that the large majority of the people that actually ended up in the event had name tags with he, him, and have no searchable history of identifying as non-binary.
So no searchable history about being non-binary. Well, according to the leftist rule, you can identify as non-binary today because it's gender fluid, right? Which means right now you could be a man in about 3 hours you can identify as a woman. That's how this non-binary thing works. And in all honesty, all of these men that showed up, they could be identifying as a woman collectively together today. So because they don't have a history of identifying as non-binary, you're going to immediately dismiss that? Seems a little bit bigoted to me, but that's just me.
Workers defended the men for trying to capitalize on job opportunities not meant for them, saying that the entire concept was wrong.
Let's be honest, there is no need for a conference just for women because if it was the opposite, just for men, then it would be sexist.
It would definitely be very sexist because it is sexist regardless. The whole argument I hear from the left on a constant basis is being inclusive about everything. But for some convenient reason, being inclusive completely removes men and especially white men. Now, I have personally always been an advocate of whoever's the best for the job, give them the damn job. I don't care what their race or their gender is, just give that person the job. They're the best at it? Cool. Sign them up. If you want real progression, my progressive friends, you need to hire the best people for the job. When you're hiring people just based on race and sex, you are creating a tension there. So as you can guess, if I didn't get hired from a job because they hired this person because they were a different color than me, can you see how that can cause a problem in a person's perception on that other race? It might not start off as personal, but it definitely will evolve in that direction if we continue to hire people just based on sex and race alone. Just put the roles in reverse. If I was hired for just simply being white and straight, even though I wasn't the most qualified candidate, could you not see how that would cause issues? When you basically make a giant group of people that happen to be men and white collectively not getting jobs because of their race or because they're male, will force these people to start developing ideas of radicalism, as much as it would happen if it were done to any other race. The truth is, at least for the United States, we are a mostly white country. So does it seem weird that there would be mostly white people in most job settings? If I were to go to a country that was predominantly black, it would be just the same, but mostly black people working at those companies. The same can be applied for sex. Most people who enter into tech fields tend to be men. Men just tend to be a little bit more interested in technology than women. And that's not to say there aren't women who are super interested in technology. It just simply tends to be more men who are. And I think that all these non-binary men who show up to this conference proves that point. I do believe that women deserve roles in these companies, but only based on what they bring to the table. Are they the most qualified? And for the women who were shown in this video, don't forget what they did to J.K. Rowling, because I can almost guarantee you that these far leftists that you tend to ally with are going to throw you under the bus. They are going to smear your name and they're going to call you a TERF, they're going to call you a transphobe, they're going to call you every name under the sun. So this is just a fair warning to be prepared for that. But you guys, that is a story. Those are my opinions, and I always want to know what you guys have to say in the comments down below. But of course, do not forget to hit the like or the dislike button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you hopefully get notified every time I post a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.